You are listening to the audio production of The Shaping of a Christian Family, How My Parents Nurtured My Faith by Elisabeth Elliot, published by the Elisabeth Elliot Foundation. Print book cover art courtesy of Revell, a division of Baker Publishing Group. This book is read by Elizabeth's granddaughter, Elizabeth Martin. With love to Phil, Dave, Ginny, Tom, and Jim, heirs with me to the inestimable legacy of the home I have tried to describe. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be upon your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 5 through 7. The spirit of faith and piety of the parents should be regarded as the most powerful means for the preservation, upbringing, and strengthening of the life of grace in children. Theophan the Recluse. Introduction. When my mother was 79 years old, she was asked to write an article for Moody Monthly on training children. Her perspectives, as described here, seem the best introduction to the story of our family. Teaching Your Toddler by Catherine G. Howard. A small battle of wills took place between my firstborn son and me. Breakfast was over for his daddy and me, but sitting in his high chair, Phil dawdled with the remains of his milk. He announced firmly, "Wanna get down." "Just finish your milk, then you can get down," I told him, not dreaming that this was a crisis. He sat quietly for a time, then declared, "Wanna get down?" "Yes, as soon as you finish your milk." We repeated this scene every few minutes for more than an hour. I began to realize that my authority was being tested. Inwardly, I determined that he would sit there until he did what I told him. Just how long that would have taken had it not been for the milkman, I do not know. Phil loved to watch the milkman come down the cobblestone street in our suburb of Schaerbeek in Brussels, Belgium, with his little cart pulled by his dog. When Phil heard him coming, down went the milk and he wormed his way out of the high chair in no time. Years later, during his military service, Phil wrote his father and me, thanking us for teaching him obedience. It never occurred to him to disobey an order, he said, but many men tried to get around doing what they were told, and consequently they spent a lot of time in the brig. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old he will not depart from it, is as true today as when Solomon wrote it several thousand years ago. Running one's eye down the columns of any concordance on the words obey, obedience, and obedient gives some idea of the importance of these words in God's sight. Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams, Samuel told Saul. In order to properly hearken, which is the beginning of learning, one must be obedient. Training must come before teaching. Before parents can train their children properly, they must first discipline themselves. An orderly home and orderly habits can be accomplished only by agreeing together on these things. Our home ran on a tight schedule. My husband had to catch his commuter train on time, and each child had to finish his duties and leave for school on time. My husband insisted on a leisurely breakfast and family prayers. This is impossible unless the children cooperate. And they don't cooperate unless they are disciplined from their earliest days. This discipline lays the groundwork for teaching. Praying together for wisdom and standing together on all matters of discipline should be a rule for parents. Older children quickly notice when they can play one parent against the other. If Mommy won't let me go, I'll ask Daddy. He won't know that Mommy has said no. Parents of young children, and older ones too, of course, should read the book of Proverbs frequently and soak up the wisdom given by the Spirit of God. Aren't toddlers too young for serious training? Years ago, when our 3 older children were quite small, my husband and I invited to our home a father of 10 children, all of whom had become fine Christian men and women. When we had our 3
Sample complete. Ready to continue?